I promised to snatch a few passages from the Scarlatti Sonatas that come out of the Marjorie Halford edition, which is an introduction to his music, to his keyboard works. And the ones that I've posted on YouTube, which are pretty much in the intermediate level, you could say from to the advanced intermediate level perhaps, really have wonderful examples of technical opportunities for the student to learn various things. Now, the sonatas were called esercizi, exercises, and that's exactly what you could think of, but to a very high artistic level. In the minuet, actually, K391, the very beginning lends itself to the wrist motion, executing a triplet followed by 2 quarter notes. In order to get the sense of this, you can't play it with just fingers only, or you don't get a rolling triplet, because triplets are very rolling, characteristic figures. So just at the very beginning, you have this. Roll-a-late-dum. And then this is a series of rotated triplets, and you can block them first, like this. And then they come out to a closed position, G major. But the fingering is interesting because you have 2 A's and 2 G's and 2 F sharps as you go down from sixths, parallel sixths down. So what really is happening is this 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5. And that's what the student can do. Notice with a very supple wrist, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5. Now the rotation is this. Forward and doodle-dee, doodle-dee-doo. You go quickly, you have to do that rotation. Diddle-dee, doodle-dee, doodle-dee, diddle-dee-doo. You can see if you get very tight, you won't make it down through that. So this lends that opportunity to teach rotation. And I'm just using this as an example. In the middle section, the B section, there's a tricky passage, and I really, really had to spend a lot of time on it to get the speed and the fluency. And first, you can see what it does by blocking. You can see that I'm just blocking what's happening here. Because blocking is really good if you can find opportunities to block. I'm actually blocking out this whole passage that I'm going to unravel in a moment. Okay, so really he's going thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths, perfect octave. And this is a tricky thing because your thumb is traveling a minor seventh up to C, so you have to consider that in the block. And that's tricky too because it's 5-1 for a third, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, perfect octave. And then this is just coming down like a scale. Bottom, bottom. The reason I'm showing this side view is because if I do the overview, you might see the notes, but you won't get this perception of the way I'm using my wrist. So now, here's the tricky thing, because this is going to go very quickly, and the way it's articulated, it's slur, short slur, short slur, short slur. You can see what happens, what comes out. So if you don't have that spring forward wrist motion, you're dead in your tracks. You're going to get very tight. And again, here's another example of Scarlatti integrating something like this opportunity for a technical routine to learn technique through his music. Of course, you have to be musical all the time too. You're not just learning technical exercises. So you can build this up to like this. Dum, bum, 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 bum. And then in little groups. Da, 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 da. And you can see how I'm using my spring forward wrist. Before I posted it, I had to work a really long time on that motion and relaxing my arm because you have to play it very quickly. So that's a challenge, and you can do little groupings and then build them up. I'm so cold right now in this apartment that I can barely move my fingers for a trill. But that's basically a good opportunity for a teacher to take great music and extract these wonderful technical sections to improve technique, because after all, Scarlatti was the father of the virtuoso keyboard technique.